Oh, boom. Oh,
Wow.
Elise.
Hi.
Elise. What's up?
That's my name. Don't
What
worry.
is your name? I'm here with my best friend, my musical partner in crime,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Elise the Destroyer. How are you?
Hmm. Um, I'm great, Bearbox. How are you?
Oh, you can just call me MJ.
Oh,
You can just call me MJ. We did not go by my producer name on the
hey,
channel.
government only, please. The rip on camera.
I haven't I haven't smoked today. I needed to smoke a little bit. What's going on?
Yeah.
How is the South treating you?
Oh my God, the South.
Yeah, is it getting hotter over there?
Yeah, dude. My
Fuck that.
my room is like humid right now. I am loving the South in the sense that the Southerners are really cool,
Mhm.
interesting people. In the sense that their underground scene is very beautiful. It's very nice to experience. It feels like a counterculture, you know. In Chico, I feel like it's it's not mainstream, but it's a part of it's like a subculture. But here it's like a counterculture. So like when I
Oh,
go out and I'm dressed like how I am, or like I'm like being myself for real, a lot of weird stares, a lot of confusion because like I guess it really does look like I'm rebelling in a way, which I
mm,
kind of but I don't look at it that way. I'm just Californian.
yeah. Do people tell you that every time I go somewhere that's not California, they're like, "Oh, you're from California." Do people tell you
Yeah,
that?
they're like, "Where are you from?" I say California, and they're like, "Oh, I don't know what that's about. I don't know what that's about." But I feel like either I must have an accent or I don't use enough like Southern
Slang or
phrases.
something?
But yeah, there's like, "Hey, you talking about?" or um calling everybody twin. Hey, twin.
Okay.
Or my favorite that I notice is they go yada yada yada. And then like
What do
I
you mean? Like, yeah, you just yeah, like,
yeah, like it's like really common. Like
okay.
this happened, and then yada yada yada. And I'm like, really? It's so interesting because honestly, like it's like everybody uses yada yada yada. It's not just like a quirky thing that some people say. Anyway, that's that's what I've noticed so far.
How's your parents liking it? Are your mom and dad liking it up there?
Um, my dad is out of town all the time, so I don't even know if he's really experiencing it. My mom, she's at home taking care of my grandma, so she doesn't go out either.
Okay.
My sister my sister was here with me, but then she went to go become a flight attendant. She just graduated, so now she's a flight attendant,
Ooh,
and she's gonna be in Texas.
damn.
Damn.
This ain't Texas.
Right?
Uh,
Beyonce. Yeah,
uh.
yeah, yeah. I was also saying like Beyonce knows I'm in the South because why else would she release a country album?
I
She
feel
knew I
like
needed that.
that
She
got to
knew.
be that might be the inspo for for
I
down the line.
genuinely, that's what I mean. Because I really feel like, what's the word? She is a witch, and I feel like like the beehive is a coven, and I feel like, she very much releases for her coven. I think she does that on purpose. And I think she sensed that within me that I
Uh,
needed it. So.
Well, have you found any artists that you like over there? Any local artists?
Yes,
Music,
actually,
painting, art, like dress, anything like
so far I met two artists. One is named Inigo Sane. He's cool. Like he makes music or he kind of works with some bigger producers because like he was like signed when he was like 14.
oh nice.
Some shit went down, so then he had to leave that and everything. So, but he's like in cahoots with those people, so he's like kind of always trying to make songs that he can sell to like Chris Brown or like sell to like Tory Lanez or something. Like he's always like he's like tell like he'll show me a song, he'd be like, well, I'm thinking about giving this one to what's his name, I'm sharing, I made this one with this producer and he's shopping it around or whatever. And I think that's really interesting. Like that's just a culture I've never like seen or been a part of or even really knew about. Like I know that like people have can write songs for others. I know that there's like songwriters who are hired by studios, but like
Yeah.
to be freelance and to be doing that, that's an interesting like thing to experience. And then the other artist I met is through this guy I'm talking to. His cousin, he makes like he makes like well, it's hip hop. It's like rap, but it's like it's very sci-fi. Like what is the word? Like alternative. Like
Like just
you know, did you listen to?
futuristic, you know?
Yeah, did you listen to Future's We Still Don't Trust You?
Yeah.
Okay, so like sonically like that, but like he sounds more like Little Baby.
Okay.
I
Okay.
know. His name's
That's cool.
Malachi. Yeah.
Malachi.
Yeah. So those are the two artists I've met so far. And one of them is, you know, kinda on that black futurism, and the other one is very much within the present day of music, you know?
Where do you feel like you're moving in right now? What do you feel like you're in?
Oh God.
Because you just dropped a new song,
Oh yeah.
which is amazing.
Oh my God. Oh, dude, it's recorded. I have so much tea to share with you, and I can't even do that because I'm not
That's
trying
off.
to.
That's off script. Off script. That's off. That's a different video.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um.
There's tea though, like so much tea.
Well.
BTS tea. Um, the new song, love. I love bubblegum pop, so
Yeah.
like boom. Happy to have done it. I love the spring. It feels like spring. It feels like flowers are blooming, you know. I think my own musical journey though, do want to I don't want to distance myself from pop or anything, but like I definitely what's the word? I'm trying to understand myself musically. I watched the Wu-Tang series recent the Wu-Tang show or saga, Wu-Tang Saga Forever on Hulu. And I got really inspired because the RZA and like the guy who makes the beats for
Yeah.
Wu-Tang, I was like, oh my God, like this is
I'm.
like
I'm the same way. When I
right.
watch like interviews and documentaries, it just like motivates me
Yeah.
and
It
gets me
made me
going.
like yes, and I started a challenge like you did, and I started making a beat every day. And I have 3 beats because I started on this on the fourth though. So I have 3 beats and I haven't made one today, but like real already like I'm like because I haven't made a beat in so long.
Hmm.
So I'm just trying to like get back into it and like getting my feet wet and everything. But this is how my process has always gone. Like I just make a bunch of beats and then I listen to them and I hear them when I'm going to bed at night and I start singing little melodies to go with them and like songs.
Do you ever
Um,
dream about songs?
I don't
That's
dream about songs. I go to sleep thinking about them. I go to sleep thinking about melodies that go over them. And then those become like earworms, the melodies, and then I have to find lyrics that fit into it so I don't forget it. Um, I think I definitely want to. Ooh, 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 ooh. I met these people. I met this live jazz band who
okay.
performs on Thursdays at a Mexican restaurant here. And they said on like I can come up and do a few songs every once in a while. And I did a few songs like 2 weeks ago. And I was very inspired again. And I think right now I'm just like getting back into like being an artist again because for a
Yeah.
minute there I was like I need to I need to join capitalism. So I did that. And now I need to like step into the shadows and like
Ooh.
vibe out really quick. go into my lair and go into my dungeon and, spin some gold, turn some hay into some gold, you know?
Okay. I like
Very
that.
much. I'm in my Rumpelstiltskin era.
Oh, shout out Rumpelstiltskin.
Shadow, Rumpelstiltskin. Very much. Anyway, I'm also questioning if I should be Elise the Destroyer. I'm like questioning everything. I'm thinking about starting over again.
Again.
I know.
As what? What is what's
I
wrong with the name? Why don't you are you just not relating to it anymore or
don't relate to it anymore. Because, I've been trying to make sense of what I'm destroying. I've been destroying loops, but I hadn't been. I haven't been making beats for a really long time. So I'm like, am I the destroyer? Because you haven't, there's been no destruction recently. And I really liked like naturalism, and I liked the idea of like from destruction comes life. You know that episode of Avatar: The Last Airbender where Aang goes in like is like angry because all his people are dead, but then Katara's like, "Look at this acorn." That's what Elise the Destroyer is.
uh
Just look at this acorn. Do you get that reference?
I mean, I kind of get it. I don't watch a lot of I don't watch a lot of Avatar. I used to just watch it with my cousins when I was little when the kid was coming out, but I don't really watch it.
Sorry, that was a fire bar, and you didn't even really.
But hey, I mean, it's not for me, it's for the audience, you know. So
Right.
someone's gonna get it. But I understand what you're talking about. I mean,
That's true. That's true.
are
Yeah.
you thinking like a new name? Just
I don't
Elise?
even know a new name. I don't even know what I would call myself. It's just more so that I'm like, I want to start over. I want to take all my music down and repost it. I don't know why, but I really do. I like want to take all my music down and re-release it with better quality, and I want to re-release it with like more attention and more money invested in it. But also, I'm like, should I just appreciate it for what it was? Because that's just the era. That's the era that I'm in. I'm also questioning if I should be making more music or if I should just use or like, try to like look at the hundreds of songs that I've already made and like actually like try to like revisit them and polish them.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to decide because I have like new beats that I'm already writing to, songs that I haven't recorded but I have lyrics for, but or like demos that have been like in the vault for like the last 6 years. And I'm like, maybe they should just live there. Or but that's like really like why I'm at this like weird limbo because I don't know which one to go. I don't know which decision to make.
Yeah.
What's weird? How do you feel? Oh, sorry.
No, I mean, I feel like I was having this fight with Shiloh, the lead singer of my band, about
Yeah.
taking everything down and remixing everything. I like having the old mixes up there. I think it reminds me of how it used to sound and then the
Mhm.
progression. I like viewing the progression.
Yeah.
And I
I
think you could hear that in my favorite bands, I think too. And I don't um yeah. You know how I am. I'm very just like it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? But I think it's just like whatever your heart feels, you know?
yeah. I guess like my heart really does want to leave it up because I love skeletons in Patagonia. Like,
Yeah,
it's
I
like,
love it.
yeah, thanks. Thank you so much. I love them.
And maybe some of the mixes are wonky, but I don't think the mixes ruin the songs or anything.
Yeah. I mean, I think that was the big point of that album was like, despite not having like the best audio engineering, like these are those were the batch of that was a batch of songs that I felt like was more were more interesting with the mix that they had, you know. I felt like the way that I recorded them and the way that they came out was just as much a part of the artistic process and like just as worthy as being heard. Does that make sense? Like
Yeah.
I like those mixes. I think the only reason I think about re-releasing them and stuff is because of like the internet and like wanting to like have good quality for like just like the internet. But honestly, my new thing now is like, oh, like I really should just like let the internet get to know me because I'm so caught up in like feeling like people don't understand my music or like really getting it. And I'm like, why don't, but I have a hard time like actually explaining to people what's going on, like how I feel, and like what I'm actually trying to say. With you, I've told you because I've been in sessions with you and I'll like break down like the songs and shit like that. But like when it comes to actually like being succinct and being like objective about what I share, very difficult, very hard.
Yeah.
Don't know why though. But yeah.
No, I feel you. I mean, I think that's what you could you could do better. What do you do like the credits?
Yes.
Better credits, explaining songs, and I think that would probably help you a lot too.
What do you mean by credits? I'm sorry.
Like album credits, like at the end of the album,
Oh.
like some credits or something. Like how like
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I think that like there's just credits. Like I'm trying to think of it on Apple Music. Sometimes albums have like something written with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't
They
know how to.
do. I like when they have like the little paragraphs on Apple Music and it's like the people like this is Taylor Swift's fifth studio album and she
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. Like yeah, like I wish I could take myself seriously enough to like write something like that for myself. I really do. Like I feel like I would have like so much fun, but I'm scared of being too into myself. I feel
Hey,
like
but
I'm
if you're not into yourself, it's gonna be hard for other people to be
no,
into.
I'm so into myself already.
No, I feel you.
I'm like, oh, like if I fall any deeper, I don't know if like I'll be able to return, guys. Like, but maybe I will. Like, I'm just scared. Like, I don't know why I'm so scared of myself. I'm so scared of what I'm capable of. Yikes.
And dude, people love your music. You know what I'm
They
saying?
do.
People like, and I think that's just the artist thing where it's like never feeling perfect and never feeling good enough and never feeling like what I release is good. And I feel the same way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, but but like people like your music. I know for a fact people like your music.
Yeah. Really? Dang.
Yeah.
I hope so. See? See, like I know they do. I know they do. I know they do because I like my music. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's just I don't feel a connection to my fans. Like have you even thought about like actually having fans? Do you have fans, MJ?
I
What is
think
that
all my fans
like?
are my friends and other beat makers and stuff.
Yes.
You know what
So
I'm
I
saying?
feel guilty like calling them a fan because I'm like,
Yeah.
especially like in hip hop today, like calling somebody a fan is like a huge insult. And I'm like, no, like, yes, like I'm a fan of you, like, you know,
Yeah. I think the thing I have more fans in is definitely in Phantom Falls. But it's nice in Phantom Falls because I just play bass and like I sit in the background.
you're not in the background.
I mean, but I feel in a sense,
You like are right up there with Shiloh, like.
yeah, but like at the end of the day, like when Shiloh's singing the verse and stuff, it's like eyes on Shiloh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they're not I mean, they're my songs in the sense of like, yeah, I sit with Shiloh when we write them, but those are Shiloh's lyrics.
I feel like the way that you perform it is like it is an experience though.
Yeah.
Like
Well, I
if
mean,
you were like in a room behind everybody still playing bass, like it wouldn't be the same. Like
no.
it's even like oh like when we were doing Fish Out of Water and like all the drummers were in the room, that made me so sad because I was like, I wish you guys could all
You can see everyone, yeah.
yeah.
But it worked out sound wise. I think
Yeah, sound wise was
it worked.
great.
Yeah, it worked out sound.
But I still think it's all a part of, but like even that day, like I remember I was in the house like watching you guys perform. I watched a few people perform from that side. And it was honestly like very magical just being with the drummers because everybody is performing. Like
Yeah.
especially bands, like everybody is performing. But eyes on Shiloh, like yeah, like, makes sense. I want to look at them, you know?
Yeah, and I just think like yeah, like we have fans, but it's like I don't have to necessarily like with the beats and stuff, I gotta talk because it's me, you know what I'm saying? But with fan falls, it's nice to just sit back and not be
I get
so
it. Not be this star.
not be this what yeah, not be a star, not being like the center of attention and getting asked all the questions, you know?
Felt that. Well, no, I don't feel that. I love being the star.
Yeah.
I love it. I think my I think the thing is though, it's like even though I'm a star, like knowing that when other people call me a star, I'm like, yeah, like we can all acknowledge that part, but it's the part where like I look at like how I'm like on a playlist, like somebody's playlist, that like makes me really happy, like almost teary-eyed to imagine that like I do something for somebody else what other artists do for me. And that's an intimidating thought. And I don't it's like is it imposter syndrome? Because I'm like, I'm not like I don't know, like for example, like Tattoo was super inspired by Capable of Love by Pink Pantheress. And I was like, dang. Like I wanna lyrically, really, lyrically more so, especially because she had this song called Ophelia on the same album
Mhm.
that was like a reference to Shakespeare. And I was just like, oh my God, you're in your bag. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God. um, and she's so poetic, and I was just, but it's still pop. And so I'm like, I want to be poetic and pop. And so like, so I know I can do those things and I enjoy doing those things. Just more so when other people notice that I did it, something about that, I just feel caught. I
Mm.
feel maybe like maybe it's like that me from when I was 14, like that manic pixie dream girl aesthetic and like not wanting to be like anybody else. And I feel like if somebody is a fan of my music, that means I'm palatable.
Ooh.
That's really toxic.
No, I mean I get where you're coming from. I think but I will say I think you're way if we're just going like bedroom pop stuff, I think you're way more experimental than that, you know what I'm saying?
Oh no, yeah. I mean, I guess what I'm trying to say is like I'm trying to say like I respect people who push boundaries so much that I want to push boundaries.
Mhm.
But if people start liking what I'm doing, suddenly I don't feel like I'm pushing boundaries. Suddenly I feel like I'm like playing it safe, which I don't know because I want to be different. Like I don't know. I think like it's so stupid. It is so stupid and it's bad business. But
Yeah, I've kind of gotten over that. I've gotten over just like what is the weirdest thing I'm gonna make? Or like, oh, I used to try to do that with my earlier beats where it's like I just wanna make beats that aren't like everyone else, you know what I'm saying? And like expand
send them
and
to me.
but then I'm just like at the end of the day, I just felt like it's just too much stress, dude. I'm just gonna make whatever my soul makes at the end of
That's
the day.
deep.
When I sit down on my computer or I sit down with my instruments, I'm just gonna do whatever my soul leads me or my ear, then that's where I'm going. And because it's just too much pressure. It's too much pressure to be like, I'm gonna make the newest thing.
It
I'm
is.
gonna do this and that. Well, I feel like people who are actually doing that, I feel like they think about it, yeah, but I feel like sometimes they just make it and it happens, you know.
No, yeah.
So
I think yes, because like I said, like I've been trying to make beats every single day because I was thinking about you and I was like, let me try this out. And the beats that I've made thus far, like they're me trying to like not sound like anybody else.
Mhm.
But at the same time, like I'm still I'm still trying to make something that I really like. And if I like it, then there's bound to be somebody else out there who likes it, you know? I'm not trying to make something that sounds so weird that like I can't even recognize it.
Yeah.
I think I'm just but I think I've just tried to make sense of my creative process by saying like I'm being experimental when really it's just more so that I don't know like the basics. Like I don't know like basics about mixing or like drums or music theory. I don't know the basics at all. I just know like based off my ear. I just learn but everything by ear. So I think that I am what's the word I'm looking for? I think that I'm sub sub
So,
sub sub
so
ah anyways, I think that I call it experimental because it feels safer
okay.
than saying that like I don't know what I'm doing. Because I do know what I'm listening for. I know that I'm like listening for things that are pretty together. I
Yeah.
just like the
Yeah.
things that are pretty at the same time. And I like the storytelling that happens within beat making, like going from like chorus to verse to bridge or and deciding like what order you're gonna do it in. I like that a lot. Um, so I think that's why I call it experimental because I don't always go verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. I tend to just like kind of like let it crescendo or I try to find sounds that are like beautiful together and then I just place them in different spots. And I think that's how most people work. But it's I think because I feel insecure about like my lack of like music theory knowledge and stuff that I like try to like subjugate
Subjugate.
sub sub
Subpar. Sub.
sub
Substitute. I'm a substitute.
supplement. I think that I try to like make myself feel better about that. Like that insecurity by
Yeah.
something else. But really it's not as experimental as I think it is. Like at the end of the day, like I listened to Skeletons in Patagonia and I'm like, this is a pop album. This is a pop
Yeah.
album. Like, you know,
Well, I
like it's
think
not,
I think I used to go I used to feel the same way that way because I do know a little bit of music theory now, but uh
yeah.
at the time a lot of times I didn't. But I think that's what music and art is, right? It doesn't
Hmm.
have to. You shouldn't be following the rules. You know what I'm saying? Or the rules like it's not math. I mean, it could be math. You could make it. It is math. I
It
mean, it
can be
is
math,
math. Yeah, it can be math. But
numbers,
um,
Oops.
I think that's what art is. Art and music is just doing what you want to do. I think that's what all the greats did too. You know.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the RZA didn't go to college for music. He
Yeah,
just music.
just chopping it up.
He's just chopping. He's having a good time.
My
Good.
my Zoom timer is running out because I don't have the upgraded version.
Oh, is that what that triangle in the corner is?
Yeah, so we're gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna ask you a few questions. We're gonna rapid fire.
Okay.
Who you got right now? We got Kendrick or we got Drake?
Kendrick.
Oh, okay.
West Side.
What are you listening to right now?
What am I listening to? My music taste has been influenced heavily by my person that I'm talking to, so a lot of hip hop, but
Okay.
and a lot of Wu Tang. Well, not a lot, just
Yeah.
like kind of be also simple. And what's
Wu Tang
another
forever.
one? I love, love, love Sexy Red. I like
Dude,
Doja Cat's new album. I like Beyonce's new album.
yep. That Sexy
And
Red album's crazy, man.
it is. It's so
It is.
wonderful. It's actually like pretty iconic. I'm
It
going
makes
to
me
see our Tizo Touchdown, and I'm
okay.
seeing him in June.
Oh, nice.
And then of course I have like a bunch of one-offs. Like I have the West End Girls and Paranoid by Kanye West and um Slut Me Out by NLE Choppa and Club Classics by Charlie XCX. Those are
Yep.
my like, favorite songs
Okay.
right
Well, I think you gave him a lot to listen to. What about an album you can remember growing up that influenced you?
now.
Or like a
Oh
song that
god.
was like, I want to be an artist now, you know what I'm
If
saying?
I'm
Or
being completely honest, it was Demi Lovato. Here we
ooh,
go again. That whole album. That was like my childhood. And also Selena Gomez had an album out at the same time. Selena Gomez and the Scene.
I was listening to Bridget Mendler in the car the other day.
Temperamental Love is so good.
And I'm like, why she stop? You know what I'm saying? Like,
She's a
why?
fucking engineer now. Like she's an astronaut or
Yeah,
something.
I'm like, she's like a doctor. So I was like looking at, I think she went to like Harvard or something. And I was like, damn, like,
Yeah. So Dr. Bridget Mendler actually. Okay, it was this album, Kiss and Tell by Selena Gomez.
yeah.
That
Shout out to
made me
Gomez.
wanna make music when I was younger.
Well, Elise, thank you for being the first artist technically on the Modern Girl Media YouTube channel
Ah,
slash interview. So I love you very much. Um, I'll have all your links to your music. You got a new song out. We got music coming out.
yes,
I
we
wouldn't
do.
I wouldn't stress about I mean, I feel like sometimes you disconnect with your artist self and I think that's fine. I think that's just the struggles of being an independent artist and trying to work through the world and
Yeah,
I wouldn't stress out about it too much. I think you make great music.
you too.
Um, yeah. And you're a great person. I love
Same.
you. I appreciate you. I'll text you, all right?
Yeah,
Deuces.
actually, Discord me.
What time do you go to work? I gotta go somewhere right now.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Okay. What are you doing tomorrow? You said you're free Thursday? Thursday?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
Love you. Be
love you.
safe. Peace. Thank
Peace.
you.